What is up, everybody? It is Murph16 with server 962 here. Today, I'm going to be talking about the builder alliances and who should be a builder alliance, why they should be, why you kind of have to take pride out of it, and just kind of go from there. It's incredibly been more beneficial than I thought it was going to be. So let's kind of just hop into it. So in season one, I think after week four, week four is when the Builder Alliance starts. Um, I think that's what it is. If you are not one of the top alliances inside of your server, guys, and like this is where you kind of have to really just take the pride out of out of it, really, because this is a war game. We want to be competitive. Um, so it's really really hard because main reason people want to stay a non-builder alliance is for the rewards for the season, right? Because there are some pretty crazy rewards um, in season for the end of season one. You can kind of see that here, and this is kind of what that looks like. Obviously, this top, the king per se. Some really great rewards that you can get out of here being the leader and even being some of the core members. They're getting these base skins. I personally thought when I saw these base skins, I was like, oh man, I definitely want the base skins because you can even get that at the blue tier. But it's only for 7 days, so it's not even like a permanent base skin. If you are the leader of the top alliance that gets it, I mean, they get it for a month, but you should never really use it. You should just hold that in your stock. But if you can't really get to purple tier, it honestly just makes sense that you should probably just go builder, right? Because these rewards are decent, but they're nothing really crazy. And the thing is that if you are a non-builder alliance, you're just going to be fighting for your land. And in the first few seasons of season one, it's going to be kind of chill a little bit. There's going to be some new people kind of popping out onto the map. You're going to have people from other servers taking land in your map. You can see down here, over here, anything that has the striped, shaded looking things. Those are all of the other alliances from other servers. For example, my alliance up until yesterday, we owned this level 2 city. We owned this city down here. We had this theme park. We had this level 4 city, and then we had all of these strongholds right here behind the blue and purple, and then my three strongholds that we're still carrying to help some of our other alliances out. And realistically, what I foresaw coming was, you look into season one or go to the Warzone expedition. Starting yesterday, they can start placing these totems in level 6 strongholds or lower, and then next week they can start putting them in level 8. So it's going to get really really crazy. And really, in my alliance, we are more of a probably more casual alliance. We do have some strong players. There's probably 10 or 15 of us that are really able to go and battle it out against some of these other bigger alliances that are trying to get those top awards that have massive whales on them and multiples of them. Even the whales on our servers, they're struggling against some of these really massive alliances in our grouping. So, if you're not one of those people that you think that you can go out there and battle every single day and then also be ready for, Capital War Zone, at the end of the week, and Enemy Buster at the end of the week, just bite the bullet, go builder. Okay. Because this is going to be all the benefits, guys. It's going to really partner really well with your profession of engineer, of just being able to progress much quicker. And realistically, it's going to give you five weeks of just really stacking up a ton of resources and building up and getting your alliance stronger for season two. So that maybe I don't know if there is a builder alliance for season two, but it just makes you want to get as powerful as possible. And if you're not really competing for the top stuff, it's going to be very very challenging to grow and also compete at the same time if you're not already very strong. So we were one of the top, 4, 5, there were 5, 6, 7 alliances for a while there. We lost some people that just quit the game, but we went builder yesterday. So let's kind of walk through what that looks like, some of the things that I think that you should look out for, and kind of really how to start that. So if you kind of met the criteria that I kind of talked about, if you're anywhere between probably like that 5 and 10, really 5 and below alliance, just go builder. Okay. And really what that does, guys, is you can't hold any cities, right? And what you get to start doing is that on certain cities, you can build these different buildings. what they do is that for whoever owns inside of your server, whoever owns that city, if they are part of your server and they're not from an outward server, they're going to get all these extra bonuses, and then you're also going to get all these extra bonuses, right? So these are all the structures that you can build. For an example, again, we just started, so we have only unlocked the basic 3. So of course you can get an iron factory, you can get a food plant, and coin factory. So those are obviously 3 basic ones. Really what it does is that it produces, I think it produces 101,000 iron every hour. So at the end of the day, I mean, you're going to get, in a full day, you're going to get a little bit over, 2.5 million iron a day for one of these factories. So in that perspective, what that means is that since my alliance is building them, we're going to get that same amount for every one of those factories. So say we have 5 iron factories that we were able to produce and create for our alliance or for our server. For every single one of those factories, it's going to be times 2.5 million iron every day. Same with the food, same with the coin. Now, if we kind of go down a little bit more into the facilities that you can build, these get unlocked by your level. So the next one would be the collection depot. So this right here just helps gathering speed boost. So that's going to help for days like today where it is radar day and gathering. You get all the extra points for gathering. It's going to help you gather 10% faster. It's also going to make you 10% more your city 10% more durable. Next is going to be the engineering hub. So this right here is obviously really vital for growing. So this is going to be where you really want to kind of focus. This is going to be on the alliances that are trying to grow faster. Maybe not some of those whale alliances, because they're probably more focused on research than they are building, because a lot of them are probably in the level 28, 29, 30 range. Of course, it could always help them, but I would imagine they want, at least the people in our alliance, they want more research based than they really do the construction based. Then next is that research lab that I was just talking about. It's going to give you an additional 10% speed boost on all research, and of course raise that durability as well. Now, I'll go down. I shall just finish here. So the next city after that, or the next building you can build, is the training center. These ones right here aren't as really beneficial to what we really are looking for to progress. But for the alliances that are fighting, that are doing all the fighting, this stuff is going to help them. So it's going to give them a 5% training speed boost for if they're inside that, if it's inside their city. But it also does that for us, right? So next is the medical facility. It says when commanders from the same war zone have bases within the city range, PvP casualty rate is reduced by 5%. So these ones right here, and I'll get into it, you can only build certain buildings on certain cities. Like this is the only place that you can build some of these. And they're all located for these ones inside the level 5s and 6 cities. Next is radar. It says when commanders from the same war zone have bases within the city range, hero defense for defending their own base is boosted by 5%. So that can be huge for Versus Day or like Enemy Busters Day, any type of capital war. Really, especially now, since you want to ensure that if you do have these buildings built and it's Enemy Buster Day, you want to put all of your entire hive inside the cities that have this, so that you guys are just stronger. It's going to be harder for those guys to hit your people. You're just going to have a beefier defense. And then the same thing with the armory. It's the complete opposite there. It's not, instead of the defense, it's the attack. So hero attack for defending their own base is boosted by 5% as well. So obviously the cities that have the radar station are also going to have the armory as well. For us to be able to build right now, the only thing that we can build are these first 3. So as soon as we progress, then we're going to be able to build more of these factories, and then start getting into the 7, 8, 9, to where this is where the good stuff's at, with the buffs that stack with all of your profession skills and also your capital buffs. Now, let's talk about mistakes not to make. And shout out to my girl Sharky from 7GG. They went builder the day before we did. And also shout out to Blink from ZZZZ, one of our sister alliances there. They're in first place for all the builder alliances, and they've been building like crazy. So the first thing that happens, guys, is that whenever you decide to go builder, it's going to be on this builder page. I can't really show it to you anymore, but it kind of shows you a comparison of the rewards. And then down here at the bottom, between the back button and the plus button here, it has a transform button. And then inside the screen where this little building's at, there's a bunch of criteria. So the criteria are: do you have more than 10 million power? Do you you can't have any cities, so you have to drop all of your cities. You can only hold 3 strongholds, so you have to drop all of your strongholds but 3. And then um, and then it will let you hit the transform button. So my first mistake was like, oh, I'm going to do the transform right before reset. And so at like 30 minutes before reset, I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit the transform button, prep everybody in the alliance of what they need to focus on, and how to build these buildings and how to maximize it. Well, we didn't really get to start because I forgot that I had to drop all of the buildings. And I thought when I hit transform, it would just auto drop everything for me. So I had to wait an hour to drop everything. So make sure that whenever you go, before you transform, you drop all of your buildings and really prep, right? Because it's important that when you start this, that you're as strategic as possible with getting all of your tasks done. And it really takes your entire alliance to build these, right? So what I mean by that is, for us to build these buildings, right now we're building a coin factory for IMMO. We have to give 5,000 materials to create this building, right? And again, to kind of show you guys, for this theme park here, the only buildings that can be built on this theme park is a coin factory, another coin factory, and then an engineering hub. These are the only 3 buildings you can build there. No other buildings can go there. You can't pick like, oh, I want tech, or I want research, or I want engine, whatever it is. These are the only buildings that you can build there. So it's also something to be strategic at the beginning of season 1 of what cities you're going to hold on to. But again, most of the bigger alliances like Rogue here at F2P, they're going to be holding the 4, 5s, and 6s. And if you come over here to compare to that level 3 theme park, this one can build a collection depot, an iron factory, and a training center. While this level 4 can do a coin factory, an engineering hub, and also a training center. So it's almost the same, but different resource. Then you get up here into level 5 cities. This can build that research lab, that radar station, and also the medical facility. And then the level 6 cities, the powerful ones: research lab, medical facility, and armory. And so they all kind of differ. So even coming out here to the level 2 cities, you can build coin factory, 2 coin factories, 3 coin factories. Look at that. And then for level 1, nothing. You can't build anything out. Oh, that's a stronghold. Hold on. You can build iron, iron, iron. So realistically, if you're a smart builder alliance, this is kind of where you can grab some of that power back, right? For us, we're not trying to really grab power. We're just trying to help out the alliances that help protect us and, do a lot of the running of the server, handle all the politics, spend all the money doing all the things, but you kind of have to, based on, you want to spread the love around, right? So, we've built some things for Rogue. We built some stuff for F2P already. ZZ's done a lot of that building for us. They've built stuff for Frog, so it's kind of all over the place. You kind of have to spread it because you're only able to build on certain buildings to start, right? So when they start flipping to a builder alliance, these big alliances like, oh, we'll build for us. Well, it's like, well, we literally can't until we level up enough to unlock the buildings that we can use to build for you. And just be strategic. If they said that they need research, if you have to, this is where you can start trying to barter, make out deals like, hey, if I start building these buildings for you, are you going to be able to protect us, or is there anything that you can trade for? A lot of it, most of it, probably going to be protection, but just use your imagination there, right? And at the end of the day, it's just helping your server. So if you're not going to be able to fight and defend, then just become a builder alliance and help strengthen your server, get them ready for the next 2 seasons. So let's talk about how do you build and what do you need to build these things, right? Because obviously it's not going to be free. So to be able to build something, in this case, we're building a coin factory here. It needs 5,000 materials. Okay, as you can see, it's only 26%. Yesterday we did build our first building up here for our sister alliance OBAT, and we built them a iron factory. It also took 5,000 material. So to build that, guys, the only way that you can get materials, there's only 2 ways that I've seen. So if you know another way, you let me know, is from doing all these daily tasks. Do every single one of them, unless you're free to play. Then the only one you can't really do is the the purchase, but I buy stuff every day, so it's okay. So just you get like 20 materials from doing these daily tasks. Okay. And then the only other way is a radar task as well. You get one material. So, if you saved up all of your radar task every single day, that means you can I think it's like 40 material that you can get there. So that means you can deliver 40 of that 5,000. And then from the daily task, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that's 440 materials. So I think that's a total of 480 each person can contribute a day. So that means, realistically, in a perfect world, you need 11 people to donate and complete all of their daily tasks and all of their radar tasks, and that should be able to build those initial 3 buildings. Now, as you grow and you unlock those extra buildings, they start costing more. So obviously, these next tiers are going to cost 7,500 because they give you a little bit better buff. Now, if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't be building too many collection depots to start, unless you really have to. I would be trying to really try to save those materials for engineering and research, right? So instead of really doing a collection hub, I would probably just focus on building more iron, food, and coin factories, because that's not only going to give you and your alliance more resources to be able to grow faster, but it's also going to give the alliances that those cities of who owns those cities that they're in. Okay. Next. And to be clear there too, you can only build one of each of these. So if you see here, oh crap, wrong screen. We have already built this iron factory. We're building the coin factory. So only other building that we could build right now if we wanted to is another food plant. And if you click the blue button, you can only build one thing at a time. You click the blue button, it will take you to a random city that you're able to build that in. You don't have to build it in that city. You can, be strategic. For example, the other day it took me for food, it took me up here to IS2, which is one of the smaller alliances. Don't mind helping them out right now, but again, my focus is on my friends and the bigger alliances. So that's who I was kind of building for. So you can literally just go through, and if it's, I'm able to build this, I'm going to build this there. Look at that. ZZZ already finished their research center for Rogue, so lucky for them. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place here. I'm still kind of learning a lot of this. So the biggest thing is, guys, is that you have to ensure that your members are doing all of these daily tasks. You have to do every single one every day. There's just no other way. Like, that's the type of participation that we need. Doesn't take fighting, doesn't take other resources. It's just doing the things that you should do every single day, and make sure that you're really doing it. It's super important to just be able to have everyone contribute. And then the way that you have to send these materials out, as you can see, Cactus right here just sent some out with their little scout planes, is that you go to the build button, you click proceed, and then you can hit the little truck. I don't have enough items, I already sent all mine out. But every plane that you send, it sends 10 materials down. So if you have 440 materials, or 460 or 480 materials, or whatever I said earlier, you'd have to send your truck over there 48, your planes over there 48 times. Kind of annoying, but you can use your free teleports and do it quickly if you want, and then kind of teleport back. Whatever you got to do, doesn't really matter. And what those materials are, they sit inside of your inventory here, and they look like this. So building materials. So right now I have 7 of them left. It's because I did an odd number of radar tasks. So that is that. So realistically, guys, what I can see here is that by the end of the season, so we have about a month here, and I'm going to imagine that we're going to be able to build probably about a building a day, or what's the more expensive buildings, it's going to be probably one building every 2 days, or one building every 3 days, whatever it might be. You're going to be able to have, if I can just do quick math here, I didn't prepare this. I'm trying to think. Coin Factory does how much? I think it does 64.8 an hour, and you can build up to one. Build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coin factories. and that was at 64.8. I said 5 times 64.8, an hour times 24. So if you built out by the end of the season, after you've built all of your coin factories, that's going to give each a member in your alliance an additional 7.7 million gold every single day for a week. 54 million gold a week, guys. That is crazy. That is just free resources that you did nothing but just build your buildings and do your task every single day. Now, for iron and food, I think it's both 101,520. That's going to be, and I think there was what? I think it's the same number probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, same thing. 5. So 101,520 times 5 times 24. That's going to give each alliance member in your alliance, after you have all these built, 12.1 million iron and food every single day. And then for the week, that's going to give you 85 million. So that's a crazy amount. So from every week by being a builder alliance, you're going to get an additional 85 million iron and food, and then an additional, what was that? 54 million gold. And then on top of that, the cities in your, whoever owns the cities inside of your alliance is going to get all of that as well, which is crazy. That's an insane amount. It's going to help your alliance grow very quickly. It's going to help you guys out on your verses. They're going to have the materials and the resources to be able to do their building upgrades, their research upgrades. It's going to make them just better, stronger, faster. Okay. Then of course, there's like some goals. So this opens up after you become a builder alliance. You get some of these easy little tasks. So with every number of times participating in support, facility construction, you get all of these extra speed ups and some mason shards and some diamonds and stuff. Nothing crazy. The alliance, every time you guys upgrade your level, you get some of these resource chests and diamonds and things like that. Nothing crazy. But then at the end of the season, these are what the rewards look like. This right here did not show. It only showed this portion right here. It showed for top 50. So it showed this section, the 21 through 50. This is the rewards comparison. This top one here. You get 200 of these season merit medals. Looks like 6 so 12,000, 15,000 alliance medals, 20 hero recruitment tickets, 45 hours of construction speed ups, 26 purple XP chests, 26 of each of the food, iron, and gold chest, 8,000 honor points, and then 4,500 upgrade ore. That's pretty much the bare minimum, guys. And the reason I say that is because if I do show the rankings right now in our grouping, we only have 42 alliances, so we're guaranteed the top 50 rewards. And that's that. I mean, guys, it's pretty simple stuff, and it just makes it more fun. It just gives the smaller alliances that maybe aren't as involved in fighting a little bit more something to do every single day, and something to look forward to. Like it's just we get to go out there and build together. We kind of are doing that Bob the Builder type of mentality right now, just trying to help each other out. But the biggest thing is that we just need max participation, which is never going to obviously happen because some people just don't play all the time or they're casual. But if you are like a very strong alliance, for example, down here, M&Ms, or we like to call them, they are the 5th strongest alliance in our server. They went full builder, and guys, they are flying through it because they have so much participation. They are building buildings like crazy. They're going to catch up to the top 3 very, very quickly. And then kind of back to what that looks like for the rewards for the builder stuff. If you are at the top, it does change a little bit. You get a couple extra medals, double the speed ups, more than double the ore, almost double the honor medals. So it's not bad. It's really not bad. It's not as great as the rewards from the actual season, but if you're not going to be able to achieve them anyways, kind of what's the point, right? It's pretty similar to the green. The green's very easy. Everyone can really get it. The only thing you're really missing out on is some of the honor points here and the deco chest, which could be valuable. It's totally up to you guys. So that's really it, guys. I mean, there's nothing else that you can really do. I don't think that you can build You can't build any of these buildings on other servers. I don't think. I haven't seen anything about that. And now what happens is, maybe one of the questions is like right here for TRLG, they are from another server. They took this theme park a few days ago. If we were to build on here, they would not get the bonus of the production because they're not from our server. The only thing that they would get would be the 10% durability to the city itself. So that's what happens there. But the great thing is that even if another alliance does own it, and you do have something built there, you don't stop getting the buff. You continue to get your production. It's just that alliance doesn't get that production unless they're a part of your actual server. And that's really all I have, guys. I mean, if you guys have any other, I haven't seen a lot of videos out there, and that's kind of why I wanted to make this, is because a lot of people that have made the videos, it's kind of hypotheticals or using screenshots, and they weren't actually a Builder Alliance. But that's kind of what it looks like. It's not too crazy. We're one day in, and we're already built 1.5 buildings almost. And yeah, we're just trying to help out the server as much as we can to get everyone stronger, better, faster, and kind of go from there. But that's all I have for me today, guys. Shout out to everyone in 962 that been watching my videos. Appreciate you guys. My goal now is to get up to 1,000 subscribers. I finally just hit 500. So thank you guys all for that. So just please like, share, and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day. Murph16 out. Have a good one.